Okay, let's try to finish up here on weakening behavior. We're going to talk about timeout usage principles first, and then review everything we've talked about. Kind of overview everything we've talked about in terms of strengthening and weakening behavior. Okay, like I said in the last video, be careful with timeout usage that you're not introducing an aversive stimulus which triggers escape behavior. If you're using timeout as a way to remove a pupil from a situation, make sure that that's not what the pupil wants, is to escape from a particular classroom activity or something. They might view that as an aversive stimulus, the famous math lesson example. And remember that the purpose of timeout is to remove the student from all reinforcement. And if you're putting them in the place where they want to be, maybe they want to be alone in the hall, then you're not removing them from all reinforcement. Thirdly, it needs to be consistently maintained. You have to be very strict and consistent with this, as you do with all of these particular principles and examples. It should be kept short, and they recommend about 1 minute per year age. So 9 years old, it's about 9 minutes of time out. That's just a rule of thumb. And like many things, when you're trying to weaken behavior, it's best if it's used with other reinforcement. It's not just trying to exterminate one behavior. You should be trying to also grow or strengthen a positive behavior. Okay, let's take a look at everything we've talked about so far. The basic structure: discriminative stimulus, behavior, and then reinforcement. All of these are some variation on this theme. So for example, positive reinforcement. We've got a discriminative stimulus which cues or signals the behavior, and it happens right before the behavior. Then we have the behavior itself, and then we have some reinforcement which is added or introduced. Positive reinforcement. Let's say we have a discriminative stimulus which is aversive. It's something bad. The behavior that it triggers is called escape behavior. What's reinforcing is that this aversive stimulus is then removed or subtracted from the situation, and we have negative reinforcement. See, positive, it's added; negative, it's taken away. Next, we've got two examples of weakening. We have an undesirable behavior which is performed, and then immediately after we have the addition of an aversive stimulus. And then finally, we've got some type of discriminative stimulus, a behavior, and then the stimulus is removed. Seems a bit like negative reinforcement in some ways, except that this is not an aversive stimulus. What we have here is the subtraction of a satisfying stimulus, not the subtraction of an aversive stimulus. We're taking away something that is satisfying. Okay? The organism does something we don't like, we take away something that it does like, something that is satisfying. So everything is a variation on this top row here. 1, 2, 3. Punishment, of course, is just a 2, 3 situation, but all of these are some variation on that. And I think if you can get that down, if you can understand this basic structure and how each one variates from it, then I think that'll help you a lot to get a firm grip on this. Thanks a lot.